Here we are going to discuss question number 11, and it deals with a Venn diagram that sets, and we are going to use AI to help us. So as you can see, the question says, in the Venn diagram below, the shaded portion represents, and we've got 4 options. Now, imagine I want to use AI to help me with that. I cannot draw the Venn diagram using AI, so I have to translate this diagram into words, okay? And that's what mathematics does. Mathematics translates words to symbols and diagrams, and vice versa. If you have a symbol and a diagram, you need to be able to translate it back to words. So how can I explain to AI what I'm looking at? Okay, so basically here's how I have written it. In the Venn diagram below, the shaded portion is outside of the 2 interlocking sets. So AI should know what is a Venn diagram, okay? And it should know what I mean by interlocking sets, 2 of them, all right? What is the set notation? Okay, because that's what the question is asking. What is the set notation for that shaded portion? Okay, the shaded portion that is outside of the 2 interlocking sets. So let's see if AI can interpret what I have explained to it. So here we go. So AI said, I'm unable to see the specific Venn diagram you're referring to because I'm a text-based AI. However, based on your description, so I'm using a text-based AI. So there are other types of AI, symbolic, I guess, AI and so forth. But the text-based is very important here because you are preparing for CSEC math, and you should be able to translate in words mentally, okay, what you are looking at. So imagine you're in an exam and the exam now is total silence. So you have to be thinking, and we think using words, okay? Most times, some people normally think, some think using symbols, etc. But usually we think using words. So we have to translate what we are seeing here in word format in our minds and to try to interpret its meaning. Okay, so that's a good exercise using the text-based AI. It says, however, based on your description that the shaded portion is outside of the 2 interlocking sets, let's name the sets A and B. The set notation for that region is A union B complement. Okay, A union B complement. Complement means outside of. Okay, not part of. Okay, so and union means all together. So A and B, as you can see, they are all together inside the Venn diagram, and outside now, that's where the shaded region is. The complement, not part of. That shaded region is not part of them, the union of them. Okay, the union meaning together. Okay, and it goes on to say, let's continue going lower down. Here is the breakdown of the notation. A union B represents the entire area covered by the both circles combined. The C, meaning complement symbol, indicates, so it have to be placed above to the right corner of whatever you are representing symbolically. Okay, symbols and diagrams, as I just have explained, mathematics transfers words to symbols and diagrams. So it indicates everything outside the set is applied to, but still within the universal set. So the box, the Venn diagram is the universal set. Okay. An alternative equivalent notation using De Morgan's law is A complement intersect B complement. So where A complement that is not part of A, meeting, okay, with, because intersect, you can say meeting, or where they intersect, where they meet, okay, with B complement, so the meeting outside of the union. This means the intersection of all items not in and all items not in B. All items not in A and all items not in B. So another word for that symbol apart from intersect is and. And here meaning not like the and for arithmetic when you have to say 5 and 5 is 10, meaning you add. No, that and there means simultaneously, at the same time. Okay, that and means at the same time, where they meeting together, where they intersect. Okay, so A and at the same time B. Okay, so that and there means there's a short for and at the same time, if you want to put it that way. So this means the intersection of all items not in A and at the same time all items not in B. That is outside of A and at the same time outside of B. Okay, so you can, when you see and, you can see and at the same time. All right, so that's another way to represent that notation, which is A union B complement. Okay, you have the union of A and B, that is the interlocking set, but outside of it, outside of that interlocking set, or we're outside of A meeting or intersecting with outside of B. So we see I can make mistakes, so double check your responses. Let us see if this is part of the option. And here we go again. In mathematics, we have different symbols for the same meaning. So another symbol for complement, which of course AI did not make use of that. I see they have a, this is, you have A union B with a bar on top of it. You know, so you have the bar also, and you have the C. So the A union B bracket, open bracket complement can also be labeled as a bar, as another notation. Okay. And there's another notation, an accent, a prime, if you want to put it that way. A union, P union Q prime. So I use A and B because A and B are very much popular. But here it seems it's P and Q, although it was not labeled P and Q, but it's P and Q. P for A, Q for B. And the symbol now is not a little c, is an accent, and you can say prime. So here we have discovered 3 symbols for complement: a bar, a little c, and an accent. So the answer is E. Very interesting.